A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. EURUSD has been pushing down lower as of this Asian session into the London session, and currently shorts are starting to play out. Good morning, guys. My name is Fabio, and as always, we are diving into the major dollar pairs and of course gold. Now, first of all, to start with, we've seen some further downside from EURUSD thanks to US dollar strength, which has come forward from two main reasons, mainly being the fact that Israel again has been carrying out airstrikes, and in addition to that, Trump has been spitting the overall tariff talk once again throughout the markets, mentioning which countries have not yet reached out to him, and in addition to that, that he will be imposing new additional tariffs. This has been pushing the dollar strength and therefore the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar mainly down lower, but also EURUSD. Now, as we know, EURUSD has two main levels of liquidity, and I'm using a different broker chart today. So I'm using the Rwanda data feed, therefore my normal chart settings are not updated because there is an error. But what we can see here is that overall this swing high has now been taken out, and after a takeout of a swing high, what can we expect? We can expect a potential pullback in towards the downside. Now, where would you then expect a potential pullback in towards? Well, into a weekly imbalance, which is situated over here. Now, obviously, the weekly fractal is bullish in between the current fractal low and the current fractal high. So if we do see a retrace down lower, then this area of imbalance is good for a potential long. Now, as I mentioned last week, this is not kind of like the ideal area to go long from. And the reason number one is because you're just trading above a liquidity high. And reason number two is because when you go long, you preferably want to be going long within an area of demand. Now, here we're obviously not inside a demand zone, so you would preferably want to see some downside. Now, from a weekly perspective, therefore, some further downside would be preferable. Now, looking at the daily time frame, the daily swing structure, first of all, what is that? Well, the swing structure is from this swing low in towards this swing high, and we can then use the premium versus discount, and then we can see that we are trading at a premium, meaning that we are trading above the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. Now, in an impulsive market, the market never nearly needs to retrace all the way down before heading back up. But obviously, you preferably want to kind of like watch out with going long inside premium, because at any point in time can the market retrace, especially once you're at a weekly swing high and once you start seeing that there are fundamental there is fundamental alignment for a potential pullback. Now, looking here at the daily time frame, we can see that we're currently still trading in this imbalance, so there's not a lot to worry about for, let's say, the overall sell-off. Once this overall imbalance gets taken out, then definitely I'll be looking for a deeper retracement. But mainly looking, by the way, here at the daily, we can still see the fractal structure is bullish. And obviously the swing structure is bullish as well. Now, for a trade, ultimately you want alignment in the sense that you want the swing structure to be bullish and you want the fractal structure to be bullish. However, at this current, let's say, moment in time, this is not the ideal area to trade EURUSD, because what you ultimately want to be doing is you want to be going long from weekly demand. So weekly demand would, for example, be inside here. You want to be going long inside a daily demand zone. Well, that weekly demand zone is also a daily demand zone over here. Obviously, you have some daily demand over here, but this is, again, very high in the premium and therefore not the ideal long opportunity, in my opinion. So overall, you want to go long from an area of demand. So preferably what you would want to see is you want to see a retracement all the way into discount. Once price is then in discount, you want to see the market structure shift. You want to see a fresh area of demand form. And then you want the daily fractal to also be up. And you want the swing to also be up. So the swing is here, break of structure. Swing low, swing high. So this is the impulse. Now you want to see the retracement. And then you want at all times the swing will obviously stay bullish until this low breaks, but then you also want the fractal structure to be bullish, and that would ideally happen then in a discount level, with the high probability longs then coming kind of like over there. So there is some potential, conclusion of the story, there is some potential for EURUSD to head down lower. As we can see, as of this morning, we are starting to sell off, but for now, the current fractal low still remains bullish. So until the current fractal low is broken, so once the fractal low is broken, then I'll start looking at a potential pullback trade to maybe take out these lows, trade kind of like in towards this demand, and then take my first potential long position inside there. And then if it does retrace deeper, then I'll just look for another long position down over here. But again, you kind of like only want to be looking for shorts once there is a little bit more alignment, because for now, shorts, what is the overall, let's say, conviction that those shorts could play out? What's the overall confluence? Well, nothing really from a market structure perspective. The only thing that could come is if the fractal low here breaks, because for now the daily swing is bullish, the 4-hour swing is bullish, the daily fractal is bullish, the 4-hour fractal is bullish, so there's no confluence for shorts yet in my opinion, and we are still situated kind of like in demand. So let's see what happens over here for now. For now, EURUSD is still a little bit consolidative, so there's nothing really too much to worry about that it's selling off this morning. For the same reason, during the New York session, it could just start buying up again, but only once this current fractal low would break, then I would start thinking about potential shorts. Now, going into the dollar index, because the dollar index also tells a story, guys, because what we can see here from the dollar index is, again, what I kind of mentioned last week, that the 4-hour fractal remains bullish. So first of all, what is the daily time frame doing? So the daily time frame overall is obviously in bearish momentum, in the sense that we are trending in towards the downside. Now, I'm going to clean up my charts a little bit because we need to keep it extremely simple. First of all, the daily time frame obviously has kind of like this imbalance candle over here, with the daily fractal being bearish in between this high and this low. So it makes sense to look for shorts. However, then we look for the lower time frame overall confluence. So what's happening on the lower time frame? Well, on the lower time frame, we can clearly see that the overall market structure remains bullish in towards the highs, the internal market structure, like I like to call it. Because here we have the first fractal break, fractal break, fractal break, and now again, current fractal low, current fractal high. So we are still bullish because the overall order flow here remains bullish, okay? So it doesn't make sense to look for those sells yet on the dollar, only once we broke this current fractal low here, is what I also mentioned last week. So we can see that this demand is still holding, still pushing the market up higher. So it is, for now, likely that this current fractal high is going to be broken. At least that is what you expect. So you expect the dollar to head up higher. And then what we would need to do is we would need to reevaluate the overall short bias on the dollar once we reach higher price levels. So for example, this would be a nice area of supply to keep an eye on. Or let's say there's this overall buy before the sell, then you wait for the market to come in towards there, then you wait for the daily fractal structure to shift in your favor. So let's say you then create a supply zone, and then you go to the 4-hour, and then you look for the alignment, because then you have the optimal overall shorting opportunity. Because for now, the 4-hour fractal remains bullish, and therefore dollar longs are the only thing that currently make sense. But then you can see there's no real trade alignment with EURUSD, but there is with a different pair, and that was GBPUSD. Because if we look at GBPUSD, and let me just go back to the chart, and we start on the daily time frame, and we can clearly see here that it's very similar to EURUSD in the sense that we have, let's say, a major swing high over here. We take out that major swing high. So what do you expect after taking out a major swing high? You expect a retracement. So then going into the daily time frame, we can clearly see here that the daily time frame provided us with a change of character. So you get the push up, push down, push up, boom, push down, supply forms, we retrace, and then you can see here we tap exactly into the supply, and then we start selling off. So for me, if you are looking for those dollar longs, GBPUSD is then the ideal trade when compared to EURUSD. And I can again see that the overall data feed is not working here on Forex.com, so we can see that overall GBPUSD is pushing down lower. So some nice price action, again with this overall daily supply zone playing out and pushing the market down lower. So for myself, what I'm now looking at is this potential area for GBPUSD, this sell for the big buy up, as the target of those overall shorts in towards the downside. So let's keep an eye on those shorts for GBPUSD. Obviously, the overall entry has already occurred. I mentioned last week, I think it was on Friday, that if you were looking for a short position, wait for the 1-hour change of character. Well, that happened over here in towards the downside. Then we retraced pretty much into this imbalance over here, and then from there we started selling off in towards the Asian session last night. So overall, I'll be looking for further downside continuation on pound dollar in alignment with 1, the daily fractal structure, 2, the 4-hour fractal structure, and number 3, obviously that dollar bullishness that we've been seeing, and then also what's happening on the 1-hour time frame. It makes sense. And then also with this daily demand zone still open, that would kind of like be my overall target now for GBPUSD if you are in those shorts. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is that the dollar index is still fractal bearish, and the overall swing and momentum is obviously still bearish as well, but the dollar bullishness currently is fueled by those tariff uncertainties. Now, going into AUDUSD, we can see that AUDUSD has been selling off aggressively as well. So you can clearly see in these kind of market conditions that these risk-on pairs blood the heaviest when we hear kind of like uncertainty surrounding let's say just geopolitical situations. Now, looking at AUDUSD, it's a little bit of a complicated pair. Weekly time frame, not really interesting to look at. Daily time frame, what we can see here is that it's nearly going to break this fractal low. Once this fractal low breaks, then yeah, potentially we can start looking for some more shorts in towards the downside, if that were to also be in line with the 4 hour. So the 4 hour time frame did a nice kind of like, yeah, let's say wick into this imbalance area over here last night, and on the 1 hour time frame you can clearly see, and I know a lot of you will have loved seeing this during, let's say, a London session, where we sweep the liquidity above the overall high, and then we sell off in towards the downside. However, this is a gap opening. I can see this is the 11 o'clock candle, so it's kind of impossible to get in on the exact wick, but obviously you could get in on, let's say, the overall low breaks here on the 1 hour time frame with the overall momentum. But for AUDUSD, it is looking good for now for the downside, to pretty much take out these ascending lows. So let's see how far this can drop. For now, I'll be keeping an eye on the dollar index for those targets, but for now I wouldn't be looking at any longs. Going into NZDUSD, we can see that NZDUSD has been selling off extremely aggressively. Now, NZDUSD is actually a more beautiful one. I talked about this last week as well. Overall, we were obviously like trading at a premium. So you want to be looking for that potential pullback trade. Now, looking at the 4 hour time frame, it provided us with some really good price action, where we have seen pretty much the market, let's say, come above this overall high here. So let's say then this is the swing low, this is the swing high. The dollar index obviously started to reverse, which was the confluence for some potential bullishness. Again, I'm on the wrong chart because the data is not working on Forex.com. But what we can see again is the break of structure in towards the upside. We're trading at a premium, so you expect a pullback. After the break of structure, again, you also expect the pullback. Then here you have the first fractal break, second fractal break, and then obviously supply here in control. And then again here, supply in control. So overall, order flow playing out beautifully. And then you can obviously look at the 1 hour time frame for some good entries. So there was some really good and clean price action again as well here in towards Friday, where the fractal structure remained respected and pushed the market down lower. So overall, obviously the move has now pretty much been made. So now you're kind of like shifting from, okay, I want to continue shorting this, to where is, let's say, NZDUSD going to bottom out. So I'll just be focusing on this daily demand zone over there, and then let's see how the 4 hour kind of like reacts once all of these lows are taken out, and then we'll maybe look for the change of character to then look for some, let's say, potential longs once again. Going into dollar yen, dollar Swiss, and gold. Dollar yen, not too fast as of yet, or not moving too much as of yet. It's, yeah, let's say pushing up again. It's kind of like what I've discussed as well last week. That is, let's say, a very consolidative pair at the moment, fighting two safe haven assets, fighting against each other, mainly trading based on interest rate differentials. So therefore, dollar yen is pushing up a little bit higher, and the overall, yeah, let's say order flow for now here on the 4 hour time frame seems to be holding as well. You can see that this refined 4 hour sell before the buy here has now pushed the market up higher. So for now, obviously bullish, and I wouldn't be looking to sell this yet. We'll need to look to see what happens here, but for now the 4 hour remains bullish, and you can very clearly see the overall clear reversal pattern in towards the highs, retracement exactly into demand, and just shoots up. So yeah, no sells at all over here to be taken. With NFP, obviously last week on Thursday, it pushed up higher heavily after that good US data. So now just wait for potential further upside for now, because it seems to be bullish. And dollar Swiss, very slow pair. Again, two safe haven pairs trading against each other. It's very clear, USD Swiss, USD yen, they move less fast in these kind of market conditions, which are mainly fueled by, let's say, the risk of sentiment, and therefore you're seeing the dollar and against, let's say, a Swiss or a yen not move as fast as the Australian dollar against the US dollar or the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. So yeah, overall here, the supply, the imbalance, still pushing the market down lower. I'm only interested in shorts, to be honest, for now on USD Swiss. Not going to try and call the bottom here based on free bullish candles. So I would just be looking for some more shorts, but yeah, very consolidative pair at the moment. Yeah, I would say just wait for the overall demand zone here to fill, and then once this low breaks, get in on the momentum. And then gold, of course, gold has been selling off a bit. I'm still looking for some further upside here from gold. Overall, this is not the right chart. Overall, for me, this is the bullish daily fractal structure. It's at the 0.5 fib. So I'm just looking for this now to start slowing down and provide me with a clear reversal pattern to start looking for longs again. So let's see if that starts slowing down anytime soon. Could be obviously be here on the 1 hour time frame, for example, where we start breaking the fractal structure again, and we could look for some longs to take out the descending highs. Personally, not very interested in shorts. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day back in Amsterdam. So there's going to be some YouTube streams again this week, and see you inside Discord, link in the description, and also access to the fractal indicator, link in the description as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you tomorrow.